for us here at the Swine Center, it's important to bring in these farrowing crates and have the sows come in here because there's a lot of birthing issues sometimes associated with show pigs. And there's also just giving us more room and more opportunities to learn. So having these farrowing crates is a good opportunity, and it just protects the babies more. So.
For one, it's not very natural in the wildlife. They don't have farrowing crates. So to me, it's they don't have the movement and they don't have the range of movement, and it just doesn't seem right or ethical to confine them to that space. If they're in a pen, that's a different story. They can move around. They can interact with their babies a lot more. But those babies are separated from their mom off and on when they want to be, not when the mom wants them to be necessarily. So that's basically what my biggest concerns are, because it restrains the mom from being a mom, basically, and she can't move around, and that leads to other problems such as constipation, and she does not have access to like free movement and range of movement, essentially.
So recently this past farrowing season, we had a first-time gilt come in, and she really didn't know any idea how to be a mother. She was kind of terrible, to say the least. She had about 11 babies, and we ended up with 4 at the end of it. So the downside of like having the crate would be that she has closer access to these babies, and she decided that she wasn't going to be able to take care of them. She didn't want to lactate, so she stood up the whole time and refused to lactate and let the babies nurse. And then we also had times where she would just purposely try and step on them and get towards them. So having them in that close access is difficult, but I think overall, in the long scheme of things, the good mothers and the ones who actually know what they're doing or use their natural instincts, it does much better in these farrowing crates. So I personally wouldn't see any other downsides than that.
What is your preferred method for farrowing? I mean, I don't think they should be free range, farrow wherever they want to, but like in a large pen such as this, where they can move around, it's still small enough that you can get in there with them and work with them, but it gives the mom a lot more movement. Why do most producers use them? I think they use them because they're convenient. The restraining of the animal does help. I mean, for the most part, like, you're gonna be able to, like, if there is an issue, you can easily pull pigs, whereas with the way that I would like to do it in a pen, like, they do have that freedom to move around, so you might have to snare them or do something else to prevent them from moving around in a situation where a labor isn't going as well as it should be. So that would be like, wow, I think they most likely use them. And sometimes moms can be very aggressive towards babies, and so by having them in the farrowing crate, that does give places for the babies to go that the moms can't get at them.
Well, our moms love these stalls, honestly. Like, they just get to be in here and be lazy. Their food's right in front of their face. Like, we're not doing anything that they don't want to be doing. We don't, if they don't want to go into the stall right away, we don't pressure them. This is more like for their comfort when giving birth as well. I mean, we get to be here right with them as they're giving birth and help them out. And this is the best way to do that. If they were on a pasture-raised situation where we couldn't even go out and access them, or we couldn't give them any medicine if needed, or if they were having troubles giving birth, there's no way that we could go out there and catch them and be able to give them that assistance. So here we get to have more of a hands-on, beneficial way to help these sows. So.